2022 in review. I'm talking $1 million deals, growing the Airbnb business, crazy ranch sales, home remodels, venues. We got it all. Hi guys, my name's Killian and welcome to the channel. I'm a local real estate agent, investor, and Airbnb owner here in DFW. And today we're going to do 2022 in review. First things first, we're going to talk about the real estate agency side of the business. My all-time favorite sale happened in May of this year. It's a deal I've been working on for over a year. It was the Eversole ranch sale, 290 acres in total, 7,000 square foot house, insane property. That house ended up selling on the same day that $5 million worth of real estate sold across Texas. I hired my buddy to drive my truck for me. We went to multiple closings across the state in one day, including New Braunfels, San Antonio, Streetman, and Dallas, Texas. It was amazing. I mean, going all across the state for closings is just like kind of a dream come true. That was a deal I'd been working on for quite a while, and it was by far the highest acreage sale that I had ever had. I had done like a couple pretty large tracts, but nothing like this. We've grown the agency side of the business. We've shown that we can not only do houses and condos and townhomes, but with the ranches and the land sales all across Texas, it's just been really cool. And y'all's referrals are what feeds that business. So thank you all again. Please keep sending us deals so we can keep doing things. So having a $5 million day was definitely one of the coolest experiences I've had in my real estate career thus far. One of the other sales that took place was just a regular house in New Braunfels for a good buddy of ours. That was awesome. And then we also had 100 acres sale where I represented the buyer and the seller. That took place in Streetman as well. And that was a friend of the large ranch owner's client. And they just both happened to be named Larry. That was a really cool sale. It took a lot of work. It didn't sell for like 4 months, showed it a lot, and that ended up selling. This was all around April, May of 2022. And it was just a really cool experience overall, juggling a lot of different parts and pieces, all of them at different title companies, by the way. None of them closed in the same spot. So having multiple closings in Dallas, San Antonio, New Braunfels, and Streetman was just a really cool thing to experience. The next thing that I'd like to talk to y'all about is my Airbnb business. I've been a super host since 2016. I've always had one Airbnb that's performed really well, never thought about growing it. It's always been happy. But when I moved into Tall Meadow, or the modern house remodel, my old house had kind of been an Airbnb, kind of not. So basically grew from 1 to 3 Airbnbs. We'll post a link below of those 3 Airbnbs if you're ever in DFW and need a place to stay, whether it's for just the week or if you want to host a big event, we can help you out there. Link will be below. Going from 1 to 3 Airbnbs has been a huge learning process. It's taken a lot of time and money, way more than I ever budgeted for or planned for. Right now, we're sitting at 20 beds across all the properties, which is a really cool feeling, but I'd like to take that to 100. So that's the goal right now, is going from 20 beds to 100. It really felt like something I was doing on the side, you know, like checking my phone in between emails and work, responding to people. Going to 3 really feels like a business. I mean, because it is. I mean, we have maids, we have handymen, we have people from all over the world coming and staying for various times. We have short-term rentals, midterm rentals. I'm trying to gear 2 of the properties to just be midterm rentals. Right now, there's a week minimum on them. I'm trying to get those to where they're just monthly renters, because in the past, that's what they've been. But some of the things that I've learned this year is, one, it's been post-COVID. The numbers, obviously the Airbnb bubble has burst, as a lot of people are saying, but my properties are still performing really well. It's just correcting any mistakes and all mistakes that you might have with your Airbnbs. I mean, things that you know that need to be done, and just doing it, and just making your process of check-in and check-out as simple as possible. There's a lot of bad rep, or a lot of bad heat out there for Airbnbs right now. And honestly, like rightfully so. I mean, we've had crazy checkout stories, just a lot of people frustrated with the platform in general. So as a whole, I think we can be better. That's what we're doing right now, is we're just becoming better in every way. We're not making as much money as we used to, but we're becoming better, and we're going to grow in this season of time with the market and with this recession. It's not going to last forever. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to continue to focus on what we can do better as hosts and property owners in order to give Airbnb customers the best possible experience. Next thing is our home remodel business. Okay, let's talk about that, because that's where I really get excited. We had some crazy projects. So in 2021, I bought 11 properties. We kept 3 this year. This is one of them. This is Tall Meadow. This was the modern house remodel. This was an insanely fun experience. I mean, I love this. I love this house. My brother just moved out, but we've been living here and it's just been amazing. This house is perfect. It's a good HQ or headquarters as we call it, because we're usually going to different properties. So this property is super open. I've done a lot of cool things I've been wanting to do. We have the accordion door, which y'all seen videos on. We knocked out walls. We added beams. We added crazy lighting. We fixed the pool up. We remodeled the hell out of this house and I absolutely love it. All the furniture is unique, all from Facebook Marketplace, because the stuff in the stores I hated. So we took our time finding really cool pieces, furnished, decorated this thing, and it just looks amazing. And I hope y'all like it too. We have tons of videos about this remodel. So if you do want to see more of this house, check out our page. We have a lot more. And the biggest project and my love child of this year and the most expensive project I ever want to get into for the next year or so is the Heritage House remodel. This is my huge Victorian house that had been vacant for years, completely dilapidated and just deferred maintenance. So many problems, hundreds of problems, over $200,000 spent. I haven't added up completely, but it's at least, it's probably close to 250 now. Between doing a heavy remodel on close to 5,000 square feet, completely redoing the pool, cleaning it up, I'm talking 10 dumpsters worth of trash, guys. I mean, we'll post some B-roll right now. I am talking crew just working on the outside and multiple crews working on the inside. I think we fixed over 30 plumbing leaks. We had to do so much to that house. Not only flooring, painting, fixtures, over 30 plumbing leaks. We had to get inside and outside of this house. 3 out of the 4 AC units had to be replaced. Y'all know how expensive that is? It's really expensive. We also had to do all new pool equipment because the old stuff was stolen. We had to get 4 40-yard dumpsters just for the barn because it was so full of stuff. It was crazy. The Heritage House remodel is now operating as an Airbnb. That is my 3rd Airbnb, and it is performing well. If you would like to check out the Heritage House, we'll post the link to the Airbnb below, along with the other properties, and you can see what the calendar looks like. We have a 3-night minimum on that, and it sleeps 16 comfortably. It is right next to DFW Airport and Grapevine Main Street, located in Euless, and I could not be more excited for this property. It has been a dream come true. It's a trophy property and it is amazing, and we'll see how long we keep it. I plan on keeping it for a very long time unless someone came along and wanted it a lot more than I do. But everything about that property has been just a tremendous amount of work. I mean, I think we spent $30,000 just in fencing. It's hard to just imagine how much money it takes going into something like this because you can't really be prepared. You can have an idea of how much it's going to cost, but even employing our own full-time crews, it's so expensive. And during COVID, obviously, material prices shot through the roof. It was just incredibly expensive, and I could not be more proud of it. We had my brother's rehearsal dinner there where we had over 125 people there at one time. The weather was awful, so there were 125 people just inside, which was absolutely incredible. We also did a few more projects. We had the Denton project located on Robinwood Lane. That one took from start to finish 12 months. That property was where we had to get rid of the community that had lived in there freely, by the way. They just broke in. It was a lot of work, over $150,000 spent on just the remodel on that one. We had to work with the city and multiple different contractors really heavily. And the reason that one was different towards a lot of the remodels was just how long it took and how involved everyone was. It was just a lot. I don't ever care to repeat that process. That one's sold and we have some happy customers in there now. But Robinwood and Denton was a lot of work, and that was one that was purchased in 2021 but sold in 2022. The next project that I have that took 8 months from start to finish was 700 Orchard in Bowie. The Bowie house was more work than I ever thought it would take. Spent well over $80,000 on just the remodel on that house, and it was 800 square foot. That's a lot of money. The house turned out wonderful. We pretty much did everything under imaginable. One thing that popped up on that house compared to others was the amount of costs in electrical. I mean, we spent a lot of money rewiring, running electric to the spots where you thought it would have it, but it was just cut. And that was a really gross house, probably the worst one that I had bought for that size. It was just a really, really ugly house, and we made it beautiful. Black windows, white siding. And that one was difficult just because it was so far away. It's an hour and a half from where I live now. And I pulled all my contractors here to go work up there. So we had to pay them extra, get hotel rooms. We ended up having to do a complete new foundation on both Robinwood and Orchard, the Bowie and the Denton house. So just a lot of hidden costs that we weren't expecting. Another one that I bought while I was doing the Bowie remodel was, we'll call it the 81 property. It was a couple acres with a really, really bad mobile home. I only went inside that property once, decided I didn't want it. I got a good deal on it from the people. Well, thought I got a good deal. I think I overpaid. We cleaned it up, had a guy out there locally. He cleaned it up for a few weeks, did a really good job. Shout out to Craig and Bowie. Once it was cleaned up though, I realized I didn't really like it. We mowed everything down, cleaned up all the trash, and it was just not that great. Not a whole lot of building opportunity. I wanted to do tiny homes. The county told me I could. I ended up selling it, made a little bit off of it, but it wasn't that great of a deal. It was a learning experience in a good way, and I'm very glad that I had purchased it. I would do that one again. 2 properties in Bowie, 1 in Denton, 1 in Bedford, and 1 in Euless have been the major remodels of this year. I didn't do a ton like last year, but you know what? This year was all about getting properties to run right and setting up ourselves for more passive income. Not really passive, more so active income, but getting ourselves set up to make more rental income, because instead of just turning and burning properties like I have in the past, I wanted to invest in different areas and get the properties running right. Well, we did just that. But the issue is fixing these properties up and renting them out is 2 separate things. I can remodel a house and sell it, or you can remodel a house, keep it, and run it as an Airbnb. Those are 2 separate things. The thing that separates that is just a lot more money and time. Because when you keep a property and you run it, when I say run it, I mean rent it out, you're going to run into a lot more costs that are hidden, because sometimes a year or 2 after, things pop up in older homes. This house here was built in the 80s. We realized that the efficiency of this home was trash, although I did cut out a huge wall and install a huge accordion door. That's awesome, and everyone loves it. It also doesn't make the home that efficient. This year has been amazing. Despite everything that's happened and all the craziness with the markets, the real estate downturn, the interest rates rising, the Killian Group, Scott Real Estate is doing well. We continue to get a lot of referral business, which we're so grateful for. I want to continue to grow the Airbnb business, but I don't want to focus on boring. I want to go into more unique for next year. I want to add 1 more really good property next year, maybe 2, to get it to 5 Airbnbs total. Because one thing that I've learned so far is that whether you have 3 Airbnbs, or I feel like at this point, since it's so hands-on, having 5 or 10 is just not going to be that much different. We have a great team in place that's ready for more work and ready for more property. So we're going to be looking to buy a lot more properties going into 2023. So anywhere in DFW, if y'all have a distressed property or want to list it, please give us a call, because we'll help you with that. But just everything in general, buying more properties, growing the Airbnb business, growing the agency. This year's been an incredible learning experience. We've accomplished a lot. I mean, just looking at our list here of everything that's been accomplished, it's just been incredible. Thank y'all for the referral business. Thank y'all for following along. We're full-time now going and creating these videos for y'all, and we would love for y'all to like and subscribe. So please do so. Please share this video, and we'll see you next time. Again, my name's Austin Killian with Scott Real Estate, and thank you for watching all the way through.